Right guys, Shotbot here. I've got a couple of replays here. Decided to go up the autoloaders line to get to the T57 Heavy. So I'm just showing you this replay of the T54E1. Although it's a medium tank, it's a tank that you'll have to play if you want to get to the T57. So I thought I'd show you a replay just to give you some ideas on sort of basically how to play tanks with the autoloaders. To be honest, when I first started going up the autoloaders, like with the T69, which is the medium before this tank, I must admit I was struggling quite a bit because it's a totally different sort of gameplay than your average, normal tank. You just got to play it, quite a bit differently from your usual, single fire shot tanks. So I just thought I'd show you get a couple of replays. So obviously the T57 Heavy is, it's obviously a heavy tank, but you can either go up the light tank routes, which is on the next branch, or you can go up the other branch, which has the T69, which again is another autoloader, which I wasn't a huge fan of, just because of the poor penetration. Quite easy to get penetrated, but again you just got to basically play it differently. So I'm just showing you here. As you can see, you can fire your shells pretty quick. There's about 2-second time delay between each shell. You get 4 shells in each magazine, so that's the 4 used there. And then you just gotta kind of pull back in a bit of cover, wait for the tank to reload. I think the good tactic is always to stick with other tanks, so it reduces the chance of getting rushed. Because any experienced tanker will know as soon as you fired your 4 shots, they'll rush you. They know that they've got a good 33 odd seconds to get their shots on you, so you want to be careful about that, especially with the autoloaders. Got the T10 here, which is a new Russian tank. Bounced a couple of shots there, penetrated the second one. So penetration is not bad for a medium. It's not great either. It's average about 210. So in that tank there was slightly angled. It's got quite well side armor. I think that T10, it's a new Russian heavy, so I'm not particularly too aware of the exact specs on that tank, but it does obviously struggle against tier 9 heavies, especially the E75, which it will bounce the lower plate of an E75, so you do have to obviously go for the hatch. But then I've also I've got some APCR rounds loaded for situations like that. So I just got another shot there on that T10. So I've got 2 shells left in the canister, but I decided to reload, because you want to try and, if you see an opportunity to reload, just do it. It's best to have the 4 shells in the canister. It does take a little bit of time. This is actually a slower reload than the T57 Heavy. It takes about 33 seconds, and that's with a crew trained on BIA, and that's with vents as well. Obviously you don't have the rammer with autoloaders, because that would just obviously make it a little bit too OP. It's not too bad as long as you've got cover to pull back. So we've got 2 shots here. I don't reload to the full magazine, because I know that medium there was quite low on health. You've also got to try and gauge whether or not you'll be able to destroy the tank with the shells loaded. You don't want to you don't really want to be sitting out in the open shooting a full health tank, because you'll be open to fire. If you know that the tank's low enough in health, then just stick your head out, unload the 4 shells, and you should get the destroy. So I'm just gonna sort out this tiger here, which is just got one shot there, destroy. So just using the mobility of the tank. It's quite a quick tank. It does about 44 kilometers an hour top speed. So you can use that to its advantage. You know, relocating. You know, if you do get spotted and there's quite a few tanks, then you know, it's good to relocate, get a different angle, because you want to try and surprise the tanks as well. You know, you want to peek out, and if you can, unload the 4 shells. But so that's a pretty quick game there. Top of the leaderboard there, 3,600 damage, 11 penetrations, 4 destroyers. And this is next replay on Swamp. Thought I'd show you this game because this demonstrates the mobility of the tank, it's relocating, and of course, you know, the real benefits of the autoloader, which is it's very strong at clearing up at the end of the game, which I'll demonstrate at the end of this game. It is, as it's Swamp, you know, it's a little bit sitting back and sniping, which again, it kind of suits this tank because you can, you know, peek out, you know, pop a couple of shots, peek back, and then you've got a bit of time to reload. Because a typical Swamp map, everyone just sort of sits on either side. Sort of starts off a little bit slow this game, but gives me a little opportunity to talk a bit more about the tank. So yeah, average damage per shot is about 390. There's a 2-second delay between each shot. So if you penetrate, you know, every shot with 4 shells, you're looking at an average of around 1560 damage. But you know, you could always get a little bit more if you get some high rolls on it. You can go up to about 420 on a single shot. But then also you can get the low rolls as well, which is not particularly great. So we've got this objective here, which actually bounce a few of these shots, penetrate on that second shot, penetrate on the third, and just bounce on that third. So, you know, as a little example there, that the penetration isn't, you know, amazing. You know, it's okay if you hit the weak spots, but it can be a little bit frustrating at times. So just setting up a position here, just sort of peeking out, trying to get some shots over there on that hill, which is where quite a few tanks hide. We've also got a good little view range on the cap point there. So this game just started off a little bit slow. Just, you know, we've penetrated 2 shots at the moment. But like I said, this tank is best suited when it comes to you know, the last part of the game where there's you know, only a few tanks left, where the tanks, you know, are quite low on health, so you can literally burst them with the shots, get the destroyers. So we're just sitting here at the moment. The accuracy isn't particularly great. It's 0.40 accuracy, so you will find that some shots just miss totally. Managed to get another 2 shots. So when you're at long range, you kind of just got to average, you know, how many penetrations you think you'll get. I mean, at the moment, I'm kind of averaging 2 hits, and then the other 2 are usually bounces or the odd miss as well. So this is probably better at, you know, obviously closer range. It's not really a sniper, but you know, at the moment there's still quite a few tanks on the map. At this stage we are losing 4-7, and it does actually get a little bit worse than this, but yeah, it's a pretty good tank, I think. If you have to play it right, it can't be too aggressive. I think a little tactic I've found is particularly good at the moment is at the beginning of the game, just, you know, don't think that you have to unload all four of the shells. You know, because obviously when you stick your head out, you know, the time it takes to unload all 4 shells, it's, you know, obviously around about 6 seconds. So, you know, at the start of the game, you don't want to be sitting out in the open unloading 4 shells, because you'll get pummeled by, you know, 3-4 tanks if they're close by, which leaves you in pretty low health. So I'd suggest maybe, you know, start of the game, maybe just aim on shooting the odd 1 or 2 rounds, you know, and then peek back round. If you got time, do a reload, peek back out, do another couple of shots, and then start unloading the full clip as the game, you know, comes to the end, when there's more of a chance that you actually be able to destroy the tanks. So it's a little tactic that I found works for me at the moment. Like I said, I was struggling quite a bit on the autoloaders. It's the first time I've actually played the autoloaders. I usually just stick with the normal heavy tanks, and the fact that it's a medium tank as well, so it's obviously already, you've got to change your gameplay. So just coming back now to help out this E1, help out these guys over here. Got an E100. So yeah, just this E100. That's the first shot. Just trying to relocate, trying to get round to the side of it. Still see that slight angle there, so I'll just try and get on the side, but the teammates destroy it anyway. So I'm just going to come over on this spot now, get a better view of the cap circle, because they are getting over there now towards the cap. As you can see, I mean, we've got four of us left. And, yeah, they've got like, what, 7 tanks, is that? 3? Yeah, they've got 7 tanks including artillery, so at this stage, you know, I was honestly thinking that, you know, we're not going to win this game. You know, majority of the time, you wouldn't get back in this game, but, you know, you do get those moments where, you know, you do win them, so just try and get some shots on here. Got the well-armoured Tier 10 tank destroyer, their objective. Just get spotted, so just quickly peel back and reload in a minute. Do decide now to switch to APCR rounds, just for the fact that, you know, you got that objective down there. We've still got 2 E75s. I think we've got another medium objective, 4-0, I think it's Motherland. So they're all, you know, relatively well armoured tanks, especially the E75 and the tank destroyer. So I just think now's the time. You know, we're losing. You know, we can't be. You know, we need to make our shots count. So we've got our WoT E100 tank destroyer, which is also had a good game, so, which is also helps to get this game done. So, objective there's made a big mistake, which allows us to make 2 shots. And this is where it starts getting quite interesting now, because, you know, this is where you can use the mobility of the tank. You know, obviously I'm spotted here, they know I'm here, so, and I'm quite low on health now, so you have to kind of think a bit more strategic, you know. A little bit of communication with me and the tank destroyer, just letting each other know that we're reloading. So there's 2 of us left, and they've still got, you know, 2 E75s. I think there's a Motherland, and of course their artillery as well, which is also a bit of a threat, because also I'm, you know, very low on health, so I can easily get destroyed by an artillery. So I decided to go all the way around this way, just to really throw them off, try and basically peek round, try and get some shots behind them to the sides, just basically surprise them, which is again a great way to play this tank. It's a great way of surprising the enemy tank, getting the 4 shots off before they have time to react. So just moving on here from the spot. Another teammate there is just pointing out there's a target, which I'm trying to find. So we've got an E75 here, which I managed to get shot. One thing I haven't mentioned in these replays is the armour of the tank. It's okay. It's whole armour at the front is 110, but obviously it's slanted, so it obviously adds a bit more armour to it. So again, there we just destroyed the motherland. Reloading the clip again. Now I'm choosing to go back where I was. This is just making use of the mobility of the tank. It's a relatively quick tank, and also it's just a great way to relocate while you're reloading. You've got 33 seconds to reload. Got 3 of these APCR rounds left, which obviously which will be quite useful against the E75. So I'm just coming back over here, just hoping that the E75 is facing the other way, and it is. Managed to get his tracks on the first shot. Second shot. Took a little bit of damage there from the artillery. And that is pretty much a good example of when the autoloaders are pretty effective. You can unload 4 shots, quick space of time, basically just finishing off the tanks. You can also afford to miss a couple of shots because you've still got the extra 2 shots. And this is where the autoloaders really come into their own at the end of the game. Just got to find this artillery, which I have to be a little bit careful because obviously I'm on very low health. Just one more shot, a bit of splash damage will probably be enough to destroy me. So I'm just going over where obviously he's going to be, over where the enemy spawn is. Had my teammate pointed over to sort of F0, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be over here. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for this game. Managed to finish this artillery. Getting 1 shot, leaves him with very little health, and this is when I think that I might get destroyed, but he actually misses, so... And that's it. So thanks for watching. I'll upload a T57 Heavy once I get to it. Hope this helps you, the autoloaders. They are great tanks, especially at the end of the battles. So if you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.